What I wanted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Madness Entertainment Group presents Put the Comic Artist Hour with Les Garner.
All right, folks.
What's up?
We are back for yet another week. And
What's happening, Les?
technical difficulties. Life's been really busy. And it wasn't last week. This past weekend, I was back in the hospital for a day. So that's not cool.
No, that's never fun.
No.
I hate those places.
I thought I had a clot forming in my thigh. And those are no bueno. So, I unlike when I was younger and there'd be a pain of some kind like that hit, and I'd be like, I'll be fine, and I'd go on. I'm like, you know what? I don't think we're going to screw around anymore. So I went to the doctor, went to the ER, and told them what I thought was wrong. And fortunately, I was incorrect. I was right to go, but I was incorrect on what it was. The problem was dehydration.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's never good.
No. Dehydration sucks a lot. And yeah. So I taken measures to fix the problem. So there's that. Feeling a whole lot better. So today I'm going to be working on a character design for a book coming up that I'm on. Imagine that, me on another book. And this is a book called The Heap. And I am super stoked to be doing The Heap because if you don't know the character, The Heap is a character from, I think, from the 50s who was basically ripped off by both Marvel and DC to create Swamp Thing and Man Thing.
Okay.
And since, neither one of those two big companies are calling me anytime soon, as far as I know, I mean, I could be wrong one day, who knows? That'd be cool. But in the meantime, this, I got offered to write and draw The Heap. So for me, that's probably about as close to getting into my hero Bernie Wrightson's territory as I'm ever going to get. And I plan to absolutely unload on this stuff. So, if you know anything about The Heap, you know that the character is actually from, excuse me, World War One. So, I'm spitballing some ideas for for cool stuff for him to have to go up against and all that. And
It's funny because a lot of people's history goes back to WW2, and there's not that many people that even know much about the war to end all wars.
yep,
World War One, right? That's what they called it. The war to end all wars, and look what happened.
oh, I will strongly make the case that we shouldn't even call World War Two because, in my opinion, World War One never really ended.
Yeah, pretty much.
It really didn't. So, and if you so much of and there are reasons for this I won't get into because it'll send me on a diatribe about all kinds of stuff. But there are reasons why World War II gets all the focus, and they act like World War One was minuscule in comparison. there are some very big reasons, and I firmly believe most of those have to do with a lot of folks in our modern society trying to be, let's say, forgiving of the Soviets. They don't like to look at, you know, what was there and what was going on and how all of that stuff plays out. And I'm kind of, it's interesting to me. All
Well,
that stuff
that's
is very
that's what I
interesting.
mean. It's like nobody even talks about the one that was supposed to be the one that ended them all, right? We ain't gonna do this no more. Look how horrible this was. Blah,
Yeah.
blah.
But I would, I would argue that World War One is at least as interesting an era or an event to build off of for fiction.
Oh
I think
yeah,
I think it's wildly interesting.
yeah. That's what I mean, and it's undercovered. Nobody talks about it. You know, nobody
That's
fucking
that's
writes
why
about it.
that's why I love the first Wonder Woman movie, because it was all World War One,
Yep.
and it was great. I was that just impressed me to no end that they did that they made that choice, and they were really good with it. So that was nice. What is that game? There's a new tabletop game out that a lot of folks are leaving Warhammer to go pick up. I think it's a Trench Crusade. And Trench Crusade, oh, it's huge, dude. The Kickstarter for it did like 3 million.
See, and I look at tabletops like Slaughterville that are so versatile and so you can do so much with it, and you can't get a couple grand. It's crazy.
Well, a lot of times I think whether it's games or comics or stuff in general, a lot of people who are buying things aren't necessarily all that creative. Like they need you to give them, they need you to tell them what they're going to be involved in.
Yeah,
And
that's what we do every week. We play the RPGs. We've played the tabletops live. We show everybody how cool it is.
no,
What
I
it is to
mean,
play, and can't get any attention. It's crazy, dude.
well, with something like Trench Crusade, it's actually it's kind of pointed at an audience who I would argue has. They would argue that they don't, but I would say that it's an audience who has money to spend, because they're it's the people who are into miniatures and the big dog tabletop stuff like Warhammer, and
Yeah, I know.
it's
We got all that. We got fucking tabletops that are for horror people, for metal people, for whatever. It's like nothing. But one guy can come out and they can come out and make something and get so much attention that millions of dollars will be spent on it. Okay, how do we get that attention on something that has actual lore, has books,
well
novels,
that's
comic books, fucking tabletop, and RPG? It is
well
everything, and we can't get no attention on
eh,
it. It's crazy. To me, it doesn't make any sense that something brand new come out and get that much attention, but something that's out here tried and true, a dude that's done 18 campaigns, always fulfilled, stuff's awesome to play. You can watch us play tomorrow morning. We'll be playing
that's
Slaughterville tomorrow morning live. You can watch.
I'll
You
tell you
know,
straight up, pops. That's something that, like, I get the frustration. Trust me, I get that frustration and understand it as well as anybody possibly can, given how long I've been doing this stuff. But you also, this is just my take on it, is you, like ubiquitous you know, people have no idea. You really have no freaking clue what's gonna catch on. You really don't.
I know that.
And
I just
now,
don't see how they get that kind of attention on something. It's like, how
I
do
mean,
you do that? You know, I mean, are they
I'll
spending?
tell.
I mean, because come on, Facebook ads suck. We all know it. How much money are they spending?
If
to
you
be
look
seen?
at if you go check out Trench Crusade, inside of about 3 seconds you'll see why. I mean, it is so well made. It is off the hook well made and interesting. So like, you could have the most well made thing out there, but if it doesn't have a concept at its core that somebody is going to latch onto, then it's not going to work. You can have the best concept.
Marvel's got it's all the horror tropes in one fucking game, bro. It's Michael Myers, it's Pumpkinhead, it's every movie villain in one game. You can play any module you want. You know,
I'm saying you could have a great concept that has that the execution's maybe not quite there, or you could have great execution but the concept has been done to death. Either way, or you could have it all, and it still doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You are always taking a gamble. Every single time, whatever you put out is a gamble, and it may hit, it may not. It's really, it is aggravating, and a lot of times it can look and feel like, you know, like there's something against you, or you know, shit's just not fair. And I would say on that, yeah, it's not fair. Stuff's not fair. It's never fair. It's never going to be fair. It's never been fair.
See, okay, look, is there any place where I can watch people playing Trench, whatever?
Yeah, all over YouTube. All over YouTube now. I mean, it's been out, I think, for a year or two at this point.
Okay, so it's not new. That's what I'm saying. It's
No,
like,
it's
I don't get how something new comes out on Kickstarter and bam, sells $3 million worth of product and nobody's heard of it before.
well, Trench Warfare did when it hit. I think its first release on Kickstarter broke 1 million, maybe 3 million. There's one of its releases did over 3 million, and the thing is, like, those guys, I understand, were going, like, before they did the Kickstarter, they were at Gen Con. They were because, you know, it's a physical, it's an in-person experience with the game, and they were out at like every convention known to man, play testing it in front of people, letting people get their hands on it, and they did the legwork. They did the legwork to build the market before they launched, and they managed to get a lot of good coverage on it. It doesn't hurt too that a couple of the guys involved in it are from Warhammer originally, and those names helped propel it, you know, to
That's
front
all I
mind
need
for.
to hear. They already have all the connections and shit. Yeah.
Well, it's not even about connections; it's about followings. It's about people.
Well, I mean, it kind of is when it comes to marketing, though, too. Okay, all they got to do is use the same model that they used in Warhammer, and they're fucking ahead of the game. Because
well,
do you have that model?
That's
Do
not
we have that
exactly.
model?
That's not exactly true, because they didn't have Games Workshop's money behind them. They didn't have their marketing and stuff behind them. I mean, they may have
No,
known
they
from
have the
experience,
marketing
but
model, bro. They have the model. They can use the same exact model.
everybody's got the marketing model, because you can just look at their stuff and see what they've done.
That's
It's not hard.
the same.
It's not hard to figure that stuff out. What I'm saying, you know, I just, it's really not hard to figure that stuff out. There are some marketing models that require a buttload of money, And those are ones that tend to pay off to a certain degree, and you can guarantee that a little bit. And there's a lot more variables in things, and these guys did really well. And I will never shortchange them for it's like for coming from Warhammer or whatever, because they managed to pull it off. I mean, they really have upset the apple cart in that sector of gaming by being such a strong competitor. And they went out and they did the legwork. They really did. They did the same kind of legwork that any of us would have to do, going out there to get something like that off the ground. And the thing that makes it work is it's good. It's just really damn good. So it would be way more it would be comforting to be able to say, oh well, these guys have a leg
That's
up
not
because
even
of
the
X,
kind
Y,
of
or
game I'm
Z.
talking about. I'm talking about like role playing games.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about role playing games. I mean, that's a whole other subject. I'm talking about tabletop war games. But the whole point of why I got talking about it was that it starts from a very World War I aesthetic. It's got a there's I mean the name Trench Crusade, even there's a whole lot of that that's like really neat, and what they did in it is just damn cool. So I will unabashedly bring some of that influence to what I'm doing on Heap. And I'm thinking,
Okay, well,
I'm thinking it's gas mask time.
This was totally two different things we were talking about. I'm talking about tabletop card games and RPGs, and you're talking about a video game, a shooter.
No, I'm not.
Game.
It's not a video game. It's a
Just looked at it.
tabletop war game.
I just looked at it. It's a video game.
They might have a video game coming now, but that's not what it started out as.
It's on Steam. It's a first-person shooter game set in the First World War. Looking for a date.
Crusade.
Watching you play it right now. Oh, okay. It says it's coming soon. Okay, it says coming soon. But I see a app you can play.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because you're irritating me right now.
I'm just trying to find the tabletop, the card game. It's like
trenchcrusade.com, right there. Just trenchcrusade.com. It's right there. Let's see, rules, lore, and like they put their latest rules and stuff up where anybody can just download them and play them. I mean, they know what they're selling. They're selling the art, the production, and the miniatures.
Okay, but Trench Warfare is totally different than Trench Crusade.
I didn't say Trench Warfare. I said Trench Crusade. Yeah, Trench Crusade. It's a badass looking game, and they really did a great job with it. It's definitely the first game that the first new tabletop game to come along in a long while that I've actually been interested in getting into. But anyway, point being,
it looks like a pretty version of Risk.
Oh no, they've got a lot of maps and stuff up on the site because it's part of the flavor of it and the lore and all that kind of stuff. But that you just go poke around. There's a lot of stuff there. It's super cool. Let's see here. I'm trying to decide how to incorporate more of this. Go back up here and work on the gas mask a bit more. a little bit here. So we're just kind of spitballing. I'm going to armor this guy up some. I'm thinking he's... So in the story of Heap, the character is a downed fighter pilot. And he's actually a downed German pilot who basically ends up figuring out that he's on the wrong side of the war, that he should be, that his side is wrong, and he kind of turns against them.
That is not Swamp Thing, that is Heat. And he said that don't look like Clip Studio to him.
That's Clip Studio, but I customized the crap out of mine.
There you go.
Yeah, I have all my palettes and menus and things moved off to the right hand side because of me being so right hand. I mean, my right hand's the only one I can use. So if I have to do anything on the left, then I have to literally reach across my whole body, and it's annoying. So I have everything set up over here on the right. Let's see here now. Let's give him the remnants of some gloves. I'm thinking this guy has been kind of messed up by whatever made the heap. This guy's going to kind of be my anti-heap. Something that's gotten mixed up in the same crud. And Heap is actually a mystical based character. It's not like I like that it doesn't get into a bunch of whiny eco crap. It's the character turns out that way for magical reasons. So we're gonna lean into some of that. Let's take... Where do I want to go with it? Alright. Man, those damn Kaiser helmets are just so brutal looking. No matter what you do with them. As soon as you stick a little pointy thing on top of somebody's head like that, it's just like, man, you're literally going to use your head for a pokey instrument here. Let's see, here's that. Let's give him some...
Oh, yeah. I see Christy in the chat. What's up, Christy? She said, yes. Yes, it's less. Less is more. I just want y'all to know that.
Hello.
Less. Yes, it's less, and less is more. Less is more. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she gives me a little love. Hey, Christy, it's good to see you. I hope you're ready to get up early tomorrow and go to Slaughterville. Christy plays Slaughterville with us on Thursday mornings as well.
Ah.
See?
Let's see here. Let's give him some tubes.
Mr. Ray Wolf in the chat. Everybody's starting to pop in now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because these folks like watching me doodle. I'm like, all right, y'all come watch me doodle. I'm going to do some doodles today. So there's that one. Oh, I like that. And then we'll run off there. We give him a big tank on his back, because why not? And let's see. And so some of the folks that I'm working with now have some really good really good relationships with some folks in the toy industry, and I'm very keen to lean into some of that. You know, it definitely plays a role in some of my character design work these days.
We actually have a show for promoting that stuff too called It's Frickin' Figures. The Geekman guys run that show on Monday nights. That's all about action figures, design, all that shit.
Oh, that's cool. I should check that out.
Yes, you should. Look, dude, we got everything here, Les. I know you're a busy guy, but man, there's a lot we're doing that a lot of people just don't have time and they don't realize how much we're doing. You know, but we're branching out everywhere we can.
Let's see here now. Do. Alright, so I might start to sling some ink on this here in a minute. So let's see. Oh yeah, this will be fun. What's funny is I don't most of the time when I'm doing character design, I actually don't do it like this that often. Most of my character design work starts out as a 3D sculpt. I find that I think more clearly about cohesive character design when it's in 3D.
Well, yeah, you want to create it in the whole round so that when you're drawing it from different angles and camera angles, you already have your reference, right? You know?
Kind of. It is definitely a nice fringe benefit of being able to work that way. Let's see here.
I mean, I know a couple people that right away when you say, you know, you want to do something with this, do you have it drawn in the round? They want to see it from the front, from the back, from the side. They want to see the angle, right?
Oh, yeah.
Looks from every angle, right?
Yeah, well, that's let me just crack open old ZBrush for a minute, because I'll pop that on screen and folks might dig seeing some of that, because that's the other side of what I do a lot of times. See, there we go, ZBrush, and we come down here and let's see. Yeah, my OBS has gotten a little congested, so fire that up, and we'll do that. And so there's ZBrush. Let's fit that to the screen real quick. Of course, I'm sitting here just totally missing it.
So, Tank?
Fit the screen. Digga. There we go. No, wrong one. There we go. Beep. There's ZBrush. I'll show you some stuff in here that I've been working on. Let's see. So for Oz, this was kind of cool. So this is the sculpt for the Tin Man. And let's turn that on. So here you can see this guy. This is why I don't keep that microphone that close, because I'm always bumping it when my right hand goes over there. I need to resituate some stuff a little bit. So, is that showing up on screen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool, good. I'm just making sure, because I don't have a secondary monitor up here where I can see what's actually going out. So, but yeah, this guy is pretty slick. Solo that out. There's like all his little rivets. So you can see a number of things there. Different pieces all sculpted up for him. And let's see if we got this will be one. If Alan Harden, if you are watching, you will appreciate this one. Let's see, it might take it a minute to load because this thing's heavy. This was the sculpt for the big Eva with Wolves collectible that I only did one of, and it was one of the top tiers on the bride's Kickstarter, and Mr. Alan Hardin was the guy who got that, and he actually pledged on launch day when we were at FrankenCon in Knoxville. Pledged on launch day and got this, and I had this physically there, so it's already fulfilled because it was there, painted, everything, and in a case, and I was able. He made his pledge, and I was able to just hand it right to him then. So that was fun. And yeah, the wolves are boys. But yeah, that was from a few months back. So then a little something special working on right now is this. These would be for making toys of Eva. So let's get in here where you can see it without. Let's see, no, I don't want that on. Don't want that on. Why is that like that? Doink, 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 doink. Is there? Oh, that's why. There's that one. So there's the base figure. There is a chance. I make no promises, but there is a chance that we might have at least a prototype of this to show at CreepyCon coming up August 1st through 3rd in Knoxville. So very happy with that. Very happy with where that's all going. Let's move. Let's grab her skirt here. Actually, turn that off. And we'll come up into here. And then we can just look at it in the pieces parts. So like,
it's one of Tank's dancing girls. Ah, yeah. Just make her dance. Make her dance with. Just make her corset dance. That'd be fun. You know, nothing there but a corset dancing.
Oh, got anything else interesting to show? This is actually some nice behind the scenes stuff of stuff from Brides. There's a big sequence in the end of the book where there's this courtyard that they're fighting Dracula in, and I'm really particular about keeping everything, like, I want to have references for things, and I will oftentimes build a scene and be able to use bits and bobs from here as references to help me out. I know there was some controversy some months, maybe a year ago even, a while back, I'll just say, a while back, there was some controversy about an artist from like Ripaverse tracing 3D or using 3D assets and shit like that, to which I'm just like, well, anybody who wants to say crap about that about me, I'm just like, well, you know, I make my own, so there you go. Let's see. Yeah, this was nice. This was the statue from the Kickstarter of Eva. Good fun on that. And this stuff is always a blast. I mean, let's, God, now that I'm in here, I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I just will, you know, pop off a quick sculpt. Why not? Because it's part of what I do, so you just fire up a sphere over here and zoom out a little bit and do that and that. And let's see here now. Polymesh that. It's one of those things, it's like I did the 3D stuff for so long that I almost can't get away from it. Not that I really, really want to. but it's a thing. Let's see here now. All right, there we go. And sculpture is turned on, and then we're going to take this little ball.
Hank
right
says he
here.
wants to print. He wants to print your stuff.
Who is this?
Tank Ferret.
Well,
He's in the chat. He says, "I want to print it. Something fierce."
I have printers. I have a whole room full of 3D printers, but I'm drawing so much these days that I actually don't have time to do the maintenance and upkeep, like changing FEP sheets on tanks and stuff and all that kind of jazz. And I despise working with FDM printers. Hate them. Hate dealing with that. For those watching who may not know, that there's resin where the stuff it's a fluid material that you're working with, and then there's FDM where it's these spools. That's what most people see most of the time, is that you got spools with this little thin thread of plastic that goes in, and it's drawing layers with that. And I have had nothing but terrible luck with FDM. So, but have him hit me up, because I would talk more directly to the chat, but I can't see the chat when I'm in a program like this working. But
Can you see anybody do that?
yeah, I'm not able to see anything that's in the browser right now, because it's just because I have I'm in this program and it's got everything covered up.
Yeah, he likes it. He likes it. He's like, he said, "Hit me up." He said, "Hit me up." Okay. He's Les Garner. He's everywhere. Angel and Renaissance. What's up?
Let's see here now.
You got people popping in everywhere now.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Well, I'm gonna do that.
He said he feels the lack of time. He put in another requisition to the Almighty for an extra hour a day. Still no response, except that the day is going to be shorter by a few milliseconds.
Yeah. Let's see here now. So, a lot of times when I'm working in ZBrush, I'll turn what's called polyframe on. That's where you can see your wireframe that's happening. I'll turn the wire off but leave the colors on so I can see my different groups. Turn on symmetry. I said turn on symmetry, you turd.
So I wanted to tell everybody the first impression guys are going to be having, what's that guy's name? The guy with the nose? You know who I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
First impressions, they play an album. That what's his name, man? Bob something. Bob Dylan, that guy. Oh my God. I don't know if I can listen to that, but that's what they're doing tonight.
Yeah, that's definitely not me.
And we got indie creatives. They're doing their show tonight, and Civilized doing their show tonight, and we do everything we do. Friday we have Deep Casillas on What's Your Issue. Wanted to make sure everybody knew that. The author of Kill Stan. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Let's see
He
here.
thinks you guys are connected on Facebook, and he will hit you up.
Cool. I had to take a second there to kick my shoes off because I have to really use my pedals a lot more in here than other places.
Explain what that means to people. For those of you who know what like guitar pedals and stuff are, Les has arranged pedals to be his left hand. He uses his feet to be his left hand, do things that most artists would be doing with their left hand.
Yep.
It's really cool.
Yep. it's a bit of a necessity these days. So, it is what it is.
No, dude, you inspire people with that innovative nature. You went right to solution, not whine about the problem.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, it's just what you got to do. You know, that's just the thing, man. You got to do it.
See, I tell people I use that John Lennon line. They tell me there's no problems, only solutions. You know, you got to get past the thing that's frustrating you and get on to how are we going to change it, fix it, make it better, right?
You're not wrong. Right now, I know this is like really silly looking, but it won't be for long. Let's see here.
Them some thick calves, bro.
It's just like clay. You start with it and start peeling it away.
Whittle away, yeah, I like it. I like it.
A lot of times, I will start with what's called a buck, where like people who are in toys and gaming, or sculpting in general, will hear the word buck, and a buck is usually when you've got a pre-made shape that you can use to start off with. So a lot of times I will start with a pre-made form, but I'm just kind of swinging wild right here. In fact, I think I'm going to cut these legs off and just focus on the top, just so I don't eat up the whole time with it, because it's probably a smarter way to go. Let's just peel that off of there. I'm going to focus on the top here. So I'm going to start pushing and pulling out here. And I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and start getting some, it's auto-saving, getting some meaningful lines kind of started drilled into this shape right here. So let's, oh, you turd. There we go. Yeah, this
Looks
stuff.
like getting ready to ride a horse.
This stuff was my bread and butter for a long, long time. Many years.
Air Joe wants to know if you've ever done stop motion animation.
Sort of. Sort of. I mean, I've done. Not. Honestly, no, but I've done a lot of stuff that's very close to it, and yeah, it's weird. So yeah, not exactly, but I know the art form very, very well. Just in part because it was the predecessor of what we do with digital 3D, and a lot of what we do in 3D, a lot of terms come from it. There's a gentleman, I talk about him from time to time. He was my best friend for we knew each other for 13 years and became just the best of friends until he passed away of cancer. A guy named Tony Luke. Just absolutely awesome dude. British gentleman. And I worked with him, like I said, for 13 years. And Tony, when he was, I think, 14 or 15, actually got to go apprentice for a while under Ray Harryhausen. So it was very interesting working with somebody who had that kind of a pedigree from that world. I learned a lot. I mean, Tony was just he wasn't that much older than me actually, but just part of him being from Brighton in the UK. There were a lot of different reasons why he ended up having opportunities to meet people like Ray Harryhausen and stuff like that. And it was actually while I was working with Tony, it was through Tony that I got to know. I got introduced to Liam Sharp, who had done. Liam knew Tony, was friends with him, and Liam had done some design work for Tony back in the day. There was a number of projects that I worked on with Tony that were animation projects written by Alan Grant.
We have a question from Tank. He wants to know, have you ever sculpted in VR with programs like Shape Lab?
Nope. The couple of times that I've tinkered with it, I'm like, nope, this just feels way too alien to me. I'm 51 years old and I ain't looking to pick up any new tricks that don't immediately make me money. I know it sounds terrible, but
no, look, we're running out of time. We ain't got time for frivolous shit. That's the whole point.
I'm just like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yep.
Can't be wasting time anymore, man. It's like time to get down.
Yeah. And what you're seeing is the basis of how, like, all the collectibles and stuff that I do, anything that comes out from my stuff, this is the basis of how all that gets worked on. All right, let's come in here. And if you go to my YouTube channel, I have a ton of videos up of me doing this stuff. So, I mean, there's like years and years worth of it at this point. Because I actually, before joining up with Pops to focus on, to do videos for comic book related stuff, I was tinkering with doing the YouTube thing for a while. And I had I think I had a year or two's worth of stuff up. At one point, I was doing, we call them spit sculpts. This is basically what I'm doing right now is a spit sculpt. It's where it's just a really fast sculpt, just to get a general idea of something down. And I was doing spit sculpts every, I don't remember if I was doing them every day or every week. It's been a long time ago. But I was doing spit sculpts of like everything in the D&D Monster Manual. It was a bit ambitious, and I bailed on it like before I got out of the B's or C's because it was ridiculous, and I was just like always running into this problem of I could keep doing this, but I have stuff to do that makes money. There's all kinds of stuff like this that I would like to do more of. And I know that if I did a lot more of it, it would make more money. But, it's like, it's got to have the, it's got to hit. So, and I ain't got time for that. Let's see here now.
Yeah, I know that time thing. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was just telling Max, it's like we're sitting here while you're doing this, I'm talking to Max about Roku thing, and we're working, we're always working, right? Everybody's always working. Everybody I know. And I'm sitting here and I'm telling him, it's my grandson's birthday, gotta do some birthday stuff. And you got 3 or 4 more shows to do tonight, and it's like, ain't no time. Ain't no time.
So we're going to cut this guy off and make it a bust. That's kind of where I was headed with a lot of that anyway. And we're going to go this way. Right there.
Oh, to Les's internet. Les Garner Artist on Facebook. Les Garner, artist is his Facebook name. and he is Sixus Sixus1 Media on YouTube.
Yeah, you pop the Sixus name in pretty much anywhere, you're going to get me.
Yeah.
So that name's got a long history to it at this point. That's been my business and studio name for 30 years.
Hey, there it is, right there on Sixus1 Media. Sixus1 Media. There you go, right there, Tank. That's his YouTube channel, and believe me, Les don't have time to promote shit. So what I'm about to do is probably more YouTube promotion for his channel than he's done all year. Hey, everybody, go over there and subscribe to Les's YouTube channel.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'd love to see that channel get a little more love. There's a couple of videos on there that has some good views. I mean, there was an animation test I did of a 3D figure of mine that I turned into the Hulk, and it was a very Hulk-like sort of character animation. And I think it got I don't know, 60 or 70,000 views. I know there's an animation I did of Cthulhu. This has been forever ago. It's like 2008, 2009, and it got I think 60 or 70,000 views. So there's a ton of stuff up there. Let's see here now.
All you 70,000 people that watched Les's stream over there on his channel need to subscribe to our channel too. All 70,000 of you.
All right, where do I want to go from here? I have some ideas, but I know where I want to go. Let's see. Stoop. And
there you go. Angels of Renaissance. See what's up? Here you go. See? No, it takes people. You just got to tell people about each other. You got to spread the wealth. You got to talk about each other, man. Unless you're paying for like some kind of huge marketing campaign somewhere and everybody's already talking about you, you guys got to talk about each other. You're all colleagues in the indie atmosphere. Whether you want to be or not, you still got to promote each other, and you got to. That's how it grows. Nobody knows what Les is doing if y'all don't tell people about what Les is doing. Nobody knows what Tank is doing or what Angels is doing. You got to talk about each other. You got to promote each other.
Oh, there's what I'm looking for, is mesh projection. Okay. So now, let's come back over here. Shoot. And
not Gardener, Garner. Garner.
Yes. Common mistake. Let's see here.
I mean, I don't know. He might be gardening, but he's not Les the Gardener. He's
Nope.
Les the artist.
That is the curse of my name.
Yep.
That's been a thing forever.
Angels, you're welcome. Come out, hang out anytime. You know what's up. And when we're doing an open stream, everybody's up. Everybody's welcome.
Let's see here now.
And you just got a new sub over at Sixes. See it?
Nice. Thank y'all. Okay.
What Grey Wolf wants to know what 3D program this is.
This is ZBrush. Also known as the shit.
ZBrush. If you say it like you're French, ZBrush.
I have
He's
been
using
using
ZBrush.
I've been using ZBrush since it was first introduced in like 2000, 2001. So it's kind of ridiculous at this point. So right now I am putting smoother shapes down on this that I know I can use to generate certain things that I'm going to need. Like, let's see here, like this stuff. Is that okay? That's going to come out thinner like that. Then I want to turn my radius on that down, and then we're going to go boink.
There you go. There you go, Tank. That's the.
Okay.
Trey Wolf says he used to have Blender, but he could never figure it out.
I'm actually pretty fond of Blender these days. I'll tell you. I've gone from using Maya. Maya was my main program forever, to using Blender, and I'm not unhappy with it.
Yeah, Tank says ZBrush is great, but if you're poor, Blender has a free alternative. But you get what you pay for.
Well, Blender is solid. I will say there's nothing I'm doing in ZBrush here that you can't do in Blender, and probably I've seen people who do it equally as efficiently. The main reason that I'm still using ZBrush for this stuff is because, frankly, I've used ZBrush for so long that when they got bought by Maxon 3D, and Maxon, the reason they're so expensive now is because of Maxon, and it pissed everybody off. I mean, it was bound to happen. It used to be if you bought ZBrush, you got free upgrades pretty much forever, and I loved that. That was just one of the nicest things about it, and I've been using it so long that my seat of ZBrush is grandfathered in, so I can still keep using it forever, and it's still pretty stinking current. Come on, autosave.
Hank says he was a 3DS Max guy.
I used 3D Max for a long time. I actually came up, my first 3D modeling work was done in 3D Studio DOS. And there's a long story behind all of that.
Angel says loves using Blender, and then Tank said he is not a fan of rentalware. And
I'm not either, but unfortunately sometimes there's stuff that just
all you can get, the only way you can get it.
Sometimes that's just what you're stuck with. Now, for me with ZBrush, I don't do that with ZBrush, because the like I said, I got grandfathered in, and a lot of us did, and a lot of us who got grandfathered in are like, thanks, now piss off, because we ain't doing that crap. So, I hate that I still pay monthly fees to freaking Adobe. Adobe can bite me. I absolutely despise them. But, it is what it is. So there's that. And I want to put some pieces, bits and bobs and pieces, parts.
He says he cut his teeth on Lightwave.
Oh, Lord. Lightwave is... When you get into the different 3D programs that I've used through the years, there is none, I mean none, that I ever hated as much as Lightwave. despised it. It made no sense to me. Its interface was the most just arcane, weird thing. And yeah, I was aggravated to hell and back with
You say he had an Omega 2600.
Oh, yep. The toaster. That's what we used to call those, was toasters. Yep. Yep. No, I worked at I was art director for a company that for a short while we had a toast, one of those, we called it the toaster. We had one of those we were doing some stuff on, and I had to work with it, and I hated it. And thank God I talked them into, this is like 1999, and I talked them into moving to well, Maya had just become available for Windows machines. I mean, it took a beast of a Windows machine for that era to use it, but I talked them into switching over to Maya, and was very, very happy about that. Let's see, split hidden. Okay, now then.
Yeah, he had a video toaster. He agrees. Video toaster.
Yeah, I'm just spitballing on here. I'm not real happy with where I'm going with this at the moment. Needs a ton of work. That's just me slinging the stuff on the fly like that.
And that's why we do the show, so people can learn. People in the chat talking about stuff they used to have, that you used to have. I like it. I like that everybody understands what's happening and can interact with it. Yeah.
Let's see here. About what time's it getting to be?
It is 2:05, and Tank said the hardest part of using Lightwave was fending off the hordes of saber-toothed cats.
God. Yeah, I was very, very happy to switch to Maya. I mean, it was pricey, but again, I was very fortunate at that point that I had that I was working at a company who could pay for it, and it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it, and Maya became my bread and butter for a long, long, long time. We get a general shape out of some stuff on this real quick, and then probably call it a day. I'm thinking I want to have kind of a wrap around the guy's neck, kind of a hood sort of thing goes up in here, but then I'm going to have it, yeah, then this stuff coming down here. I want to bring some, no. Okay, let's back up a touch, son. Dunk, dunk, boom, boom, right there. So this particular tool is like one of my favorite little tricks in here. It's called the mesh surface. And so you can see I draw these shapes, and it's like slapping clay on a model. It's very, very handy like that. So then I'll come back in here and we can start to, let's polish that down a little bit. And this is giving me a pretty interesting silhouette. Let's just merge these all together. There we go. And then, so I want more big hunched shoulders on there. Let's see. Yeah, this is a really good way to like just play around with shapes and stuff, because there's a lot of design lines and really form language that comes up when you're working in 3D that you're probably not going to stumble onto when you're just drawing. And I
I just,
really dig that.
I do. There it is.
So I'm going to do. Let's see what my groups are looking like. Okay, now let's make some cuts. Use this guy right here. Okay, and pull that. Okay. See what all I've got that I might be able to kind of play around with. Just to get some shapes and things on here that would be fun to work with. So let's grab one of these. Let's see here now. No. No, let's go back here. Mask that off. Then prefer the lasso. Okay, now then, let's pull that up to there. Now we can that like that. Now then, I want to right here.
Yes, you should promote your manga. You should promote everything. Yes, yes.
Scared the crap out of me there. There we go. A bit more of that, a bit more of that. Okay. Good. Yeah, it's funny that I worked in 3D for so long, and it was 3D that brought me back to comics. So this is, it's just, it's been a weird career, man. It's been a weird time. So let's grab, what's another one of these looks interesting? I kind of like that one. Okay. digging that. Now then, let's go grab, see if that one's going to work out all right. Some of these brushes don't always do what they say they're supposed to do. So, like that one's definitely not working the way I need it to. Let's try that one, see if it's any better today. I think so. Okay. Oh, it's hard to see that right there, but let's turn on double-sided so I can see those. And then we're gonna split that off. And let's turn on transparency. And then I'm going to, let's see here now, let's bridge between those. Then let's insert, boom, insert some edges there. And
I don't know, Tank. Where'd that go? Where'd you go? I got a bunch of people watching. But you're the only one that talks. Same way over on Rumble. You got people watching, nobody says anything.
It's like that a lot. Let's project that and get it out.
It's like, come on, lurkers. Come out and play. Say something. If nothing else, just so that I can thank you for watching.
Let's see here now. Let's extrude this edge, and then we want to make it, see, snap to surface, just like that. That should be good. Now then, I'm going to extrude all polygons like that. So there we got a little strap going around there.
But yeah, this is the kind of stuff you look. Go talk to Dustin, man. Go on It's Freaking Figures and do stuff like this while they're talking about figures. Design your own, do your thing.
I should probably do that sometime. It'd be kind of neat to get to talk to some folks like that. Let's see. This is kind of neat. I mean, it's nice to do this and not be stressed out with it.
Right.
Because, like, you know, I work really fast in comics. And a lot of that speed developed because of all my years in 3D. Because in 3D, man, you gotta be quick. You gotta get your crap done. And if you're not, there is definitely somebody waiting to take the job out from under you. Always somebody waiting. That is part of it. Let's see, let's do a Q mesh, single poly. There we go. Got a fly buzzing around my face, aggravating me. Then,
there you go. You see how that works?
now let's turn on some smoothing. Do some dynamic subdivisions. Uncrease everything. That's why it's got that funny shape on it there. Now then, I want. Turn that off for a minute.
Actually, Les, I'm going to take back what I was saying before the show about drawing Crom. If you ever want to do a Crom, give me a 3D Crom.
We can make that happen. That'd be worthwhile.
I mean, he's not that big. He's not. He doesn't have a whole lot of detail. It's just,
Mm,
I'd love to have something that model that people could print.
let's see. Let's extrude this poly group there. And then let's do that one. Okay. And I'm going to drop an edge right here. Doodly doot doot doot. Pop, 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 pop. No, 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 no. You slipped. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, get that. Get that. Oh. Let's toss one in here. Boom.
Are those like Geordie LaForge goggles?
Maybe.
A visor? I'm looking out.
Let's see.
It'd be funny.
Ah, damn it. Wrong way. Mirror, mirror. There we go. There's that. Now then, let's grab that. Extrude that in a little bit. And then extrude poly ball. Go out with that. And then, boom. Out, out, out.
Deepak, what's up? Deepak, the developer of our website and all around go-to person to help me get stuff done. What's up? What's up?
So now I should be able to throw a loop right there and a loop right there. And we'll turn on our subdivisions and you'll see it get nice and smooth.
Yeah, I want a little 3D chrome that I can put like on a keychain, and then I can, when we're playing golf, it's like whoever three putts has to carry the chrome.
Carry the chrome.
Yeah, and if you three putt, you got to carry the chrome on your back, man. It's like,
That's
like
so
voodoo. It's like voodoo on your back.
Mm. Doodly doot.
We used to have a Homer Simpson doll that we did that with. If you three putted, you got the doll. You got Homer Simpson on your bag, man.
Mm.
And it was funny because all the old guys at the course, they all knew why we did it. They all knew what it was. They all thought it was freaking hilarious. Don't be Homer. Don't get the Homer.
Let's see here now. Extract, accept, polish.
Yeah, Tank. He gets it.
There's a reason for the stuff I'm doing. It's just I get flowing with it, and it gets kind of weird trying to talk about it.
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to talk about. We're about done anyway. I got
Yeah,
stuff to do.
I need to get some food. I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's one of them. I'm gonna feed myself for sure. Yeah, I got it. Few more shows. Grandson's birthday. I got a lot of shit going on. If you'd like to call it here, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you.
All right. Well, I'm pretty much all over the place. You can put my name in about anywhere, and I'll come right up. So that's what I always say to that.
Yeah. That's what we got, folks. Yeah. Is there anywhere that people can still get brides, or do they have to wait until after the Kickstarter people get it?
Gotta wait till
Or
the
is there a place
Kickstarter,
to
folks.
order it?
We're gonna take
No
care of
place
the
to order
kick.
it?
We're taking the first run of books are already printed, and we are pretty close to starting to ship stuff out, I think.
Okay.
So
Once the Kickstarter shipped out, then it'll be available for people to order.
yes, yes,
All right.
we'll be having a number of things made available in a variety of different ways and places. So right
All
now,
right.
I know the publisher I'm working with right now. They are talking with a couple of the different distributors out there and getting things in place to get all our books into shops. So I'm happy about that. I know it's kind of old school, but you know, I do appreciate that a lot.
I'm still gonna guarantee you that more comics are bought spontaneously off a shelf in a comic store than anywhere else.
Yep.
People go in there, they get their pull list, they look around. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't know that. I didn't know about that. And they go up to the counter with 4 or 5 more books than they planned on. See,
Yep.
it's still where comics are found. And
Oh,
get
Did
them in stores.
I hope I had you guys saw ZBrush up till just now, didn't you? Did it?
Say what?
Did ZBrush go away when I minimized it? I was switching back to some stuff.
I didn't notice. I mean,
ZBrush.
I'm looking at Clip Studio right now.
Okay, cool. So it did switch back. Okay, but you saw ZBrush the whole time I was in there doodling around
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it for today. I've got a good rough sketch down for this guy, and I'm gonna end up playing around with that some more. How much of my L8 do I have left? Oh, good.
Cool. You wonder what we were talking about? I'm gonna go ahead and play this promo for Brides so that y'all know, and then once it's been made available for order, you and it won't be Kickstarter. It'll be just you send money, he send book, like that. Bang
Yep.
bang. Okay.
Yep.
So go check out Les everywhere, people, and always right here, Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Later, y'all.
Peace.
Eva, created to be the bride of Frankenstein, a patchwork woman built from flesh, haunted by her impulsive nature, starving for something more, suffering from the aftermath of her uncontrollable impulses. She believed becoming a vampire would make her whole. And in the darkness of the deep Carpathian night, the brides were waiting. Brides is a gothic horror graphic novella, a story of bloody ambitions, broken bodies, and a woman who dares to remake herself. 40 pages of handcrafted art and sorrow, expanded to 64 with your help, variant covers, sculpted collectibles, and one beautiful, tragic monster you'll never forget. Won't you join me in reimagining classic Gothic horror by backing the relaunch of Brides here on Kickstarter?
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.